Welcome back to Accounting and Training Services Certificate in Xero Accounting course. Lesson 13, Understanding the Default Xero Chart of Accounts. It's now time to learn about the default Xero Chart of Accounts. Chart of Accounts is a detailed list of various accounting codes where we organize accounting codes under the 5 elements of financial statements such as assets, liabilities, equity, expense, and income. It's here where you find all account codes, edit and delete existing account codes, and create new ones if you need to. When using Xero Software, Xero will provide the default chart of accounts for you to start with, and it will contain the majority of the account codes you need for your business. However, what's really important to understand is that Xero Chart of Accounts is a general template which you need to customize it by adding new account code, editing and deleting existing ones so that the default Xero Chart of Accounts is fully customized and tailored to your business need. In our example, we need to customize the default Xero Chart of Accounts for Ashka Construction Services Limited before start using Xero. I will cover the customization of the default Xero Chart of Accounts in future lessons. Now let's have a closer look at the default Xero Chart of Accounts in action. To access the Xero Chart of Accounts from your Xero dashboard, click on the Accounting tab and then select the Advanced option from the drop-down list to open the Advanced Accounting Settings window. So from your Xero dashboard, you go into the Accounting tab and then select Advanced option. This will open the Advanced Accounting Settings window, and in there you will have your Chart of Accounts here. You click on the Chart of Account to open the Xero Chart of Accounts window. Now you are in the Xero Chart of Accounts window. Once you are in the Xero Chart of Accounts window, you can see that the chart of account has 4 parts. The first part of Xero Chart of Accounts contains the following buttons or options. Add Accounts allows you to add new account code. Add Bank Accounts allows you to create new bank account. Print PDF allows you to print the entire chart of accounts in PDF. And import allows you to import your chart of account from your accountant or from your previous accounting system. The export allows you to export your chart of accounts into Excel for bulk editing and analysis purposes. The second part of the Xero Chart of Account contains the following button or option. All Accounts. All Accounts allows you to access all account code in your chart of accounts at once. Asset lets you access account code for assets only. Liability allows you to access account code for liabilities only. Equity allows you to access account code for equities only. Expense will enable you to access your account code for expenses only. Revenue enables you to access account code for revenues only. And archive allows you to access a list of archived accounts which you have temporarily archived. So if I click on the All Accounts option, it will show the entire chart of account, which is a very long list. The easiest way to access your chart of accounts and narrow it down is by this category. For example, if I click on the Asset tab, I will see the chart of accounts for current assets and fixed assets only. Similarly, if I click on the Liability, I will only see the account code for current liability and non-current liabilities. And Equity shows only accounts that belongs to the equity account. And Expense option shows you all the accounts that belongs under the expense categories. And Revenue obviously shows all the revenue accounts, and the archive option shows you all the accounts that I have temporarily removed from my chart of account and archived here, and I can restore it at any time I want to. The third part of chart of accounts contains the following button or option. Delete. Delete allows you to delete account code or codes from your chart of accounts permanently. Archive will enable you to archive account code or codes from your chart of account temporarily. Change tax enables you to change your GST code, and search allows you to search for account code in your chart of accounts to find the account code that you are looking for. The fourth part of Xero chart of accounts contains the actual account code. It's important to note that account code consists of the following parts: a 3-digit numerical or alphabetical code known as account code. Here under the account code, you need to have a 3-digit code. Under the name, you need to give your account a name, in this case advertising expenses. Under the type, you need to categorize it, what type of account code it is. Is it a liability? Is it an asset, liability, equity, expenses, or revenue? And also you need to assign a GST code if it's applicable to that account. And here under the YTD or year to date column, it will show the balance for that account. If this account is used to record transaction and the transaction assigned $1, you will see the balance of that account. For example, for advertising expenses, the balance will be sitting in the year-to-date column. What this means that every time you create a new account code, it needs to have a 3-digit code which is not already used. So every time you create an account code, you need to assign a 3-digit code. For example, if I want to create a cleaning expense account, I need to assign an account code that's not already used. So if 1117 is used for advertising, obviously I cannot use 117 for cleaning expenses. So it needs to be a 3-digit that's not already used. Also, you need to give a name. In this case, would be cleaning expenses, and need to assign to one of these categories. If cleaning is an expenses, it will sit under the expense tab. And also, if it's GST applicable, in our example it is, so we need to assign a 15% GST on expenses, and that's the GST code. And whenever we record cleaning expenses in that account, the balance will be sitting under the YTD or year-to-date balance column. It is this account code that enables Xero to keep track of your account for each category or under each of the 5 elements of financial statement, and automate most of the accounting cycle processes we talked about in Module 1, Accounting for Absolute Beginners lessons. Note that Xero allows you to use both alphabetical and numerical code for your accounts, but numerical coding is the best way of organizing your accounts, and I've never seen people use alphabetical code at all. Great, now that you have learned more about the Xero default chart of accounts, in this lesson I will show you how to customize your default Xero chart of accounts by adding new account codes, editing and deleting existing account code, archiving and restoring your account code in the next lessons.